Welcome, people, to another episode of Sports and Superhero. Or welcome for the first time. This is your first time coming through. Greatly appreciate you stopping through. But this is episode 36. Yes, this is the Sports and Superhero podcast that me and my friend do. We talk about the sports superhero news of the week, entertainment news. We hit you with the stuff we find interesting and we talk about it, give our little opinion on it, as well tell you about the story, all that jazz. We do that. I am Sammy. I am the superhero part of this podcast. This is Marcus. He is the sports part. Marcus, tell the people a little bit about yourself. Say what's up.
Hey, man, I got your sports, coming from the south side of the shot. Although I live in this. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start off the episode again with cursing. Okay.
Yeah, you dropped the F bomb last episode.
Yeah,
2 minutes in.
I was about to do it just now.
2 minutes in.
I'm not going
Marcus, at least give him 5 minutes before you drop the F bomb.
Okay, well, never mind then. Never mind.
Just in case, we gotta practice so when we do get monetized on YouTube, we can't drop F bombs in the first 5 minutes or something like that. It's some kind of rule like that. But
all right,
we're trying to get there.
Hey, but I do want to say, let's get a shout out to you though, because I don't know what VC you used to buy your jumper last night. you was on fire from 3, and I didn't like it. You weren't on my team. I didn't like it, but
understandable.
I want to give you your credit. That was some fine shooting you did last
night. Appreciate it.
Yep. Well, it was hooping. Good shooting.
If only I could unlock that every time. That's the hard part. Finding that every time when I'm feeling it. It was feeling good. It was hitting the back of the rim and just going in. I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah, and you let the whole gym know that you were doing it. You let the whole gym trust me.
You don't even get that confidence up.
Everybody knows. Everybody knew. So good shooting.
Appreciate that.
That's not what I was gonna curse about, but since you said I shouldn't curse in the first 5 minutes, I decided to show you some love. So
that's how. Okay. I appreciate that. And guys, you guys can show us some love by go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and then go follow us on all our social media platforms. We got TikTok, Instagram, X, or if you call it Twitter, Blue Sky, Blue Note, Threads, Cat Bob. One of those or 3 of those are probably not real, but I'll probably get on there once it comes up.
What's Cat Bob? Did you just make that up?
I made that up. There's so many, but it seems like it might be one eventually. That's how social media is going now.
We not on Congress again.
We not on Snapchat. I think we should get on Snapchat. I don't even know how you do Snapchat, but I thought Snapchat was just weird porn stuff, but apparently it's evolved to other stuff. So
we gonna talk after the show because I don't know what you was looking at on Snapchat.
That's what I thought it was. I thought Snapchat was for people just to show their stuff off to people, and it got deleted. So they were like, "Oh, it go away after a while."
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not wrong.
I mean, don't technically you not. Those are private messages because they could. So yes, you could use it for that. But also people they go out, they post it in their story, and then you can post it where just your mutual friends can see it, or you can post it where everybody in the world can see it. So
I know certain people are starting to use Snapchat and they're saying they're making money off of it. Legitimate money, not doing porn stuff, but legitimate money. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to see what's going on over here. So hey, go where the bag is. Apparently, Facebook is giving the bag out too now. So look for us on Facebook as well. But with that being said, you also can leave us a voice message. We got a link down below to leave us a voice message. It could be a minute, minute and a half. You can ask us a sports or superhero question. Long as it's not the weird stuff, we'll probably answer it. With that all being said, once again, thank you for stopping by the podcast. But with that out the way, Mark, go ahead and hit him with that first story.
All right.
You were cussing out. We're 5 minutes in.
All right. Uh, yeah. All right. So this first story, this was something I did not expect to see, but Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has agreed to a fight.
Are they gonna fight?
It says Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has agreed to an exhibition match
Okay.
next spring, promoted by CSI Sports and Fight Sports.
Mm.
Mayweather, who retired in 2017, has since participated in 8 exhibition fights. And then, as we know, Mike Tyson last fought with Jake Paul, with that last November.
Mm-hmm.
Both fighters expressed excitement about the unexpected matchup, with Tyson noting potential health risks for Mayweather. The promoters anticipated breaking records set by Tyson's previous fight and plan a large promotional campaign. I know they will. So
Mm.
here's a quote from Floyd. Floyd said, "I've been doing this for 30 years, and there hasn't been a single fighter that can tarnish my legacy." For y'all don't know, Mayweather is 50-0 with 27 knockouts. Uh,
Yeah.
he Mayweather also said, "You already know that if I'm going to do something, it's going to be big, and it's going to be legendary. I'm the best in the business of boxing. This exhibition will give the fans what they want." I don't know if I can necessarily agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, last
That's
one,
a
yes and no. I mean, people definitely go tune in
yeah,
to
they gonna tune in.
Floyd. It might, but I'm like, eh. Then Mike Tyson went on to say, when CSI came to me about stepping in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, I thought, no way this happens. No way this happens. But Floyd said yes. This fight is something neither the world nor I ever thought would or could happen. However, boxing has entered a new era of unpredictability, and this fight is as unpredictability as it gets. I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it, so it's signed and it's happening.
Mm.
So, Craig Mealy, co-founder of CSI Sports / Fight Sports, uh, he said Tyson versus Mayweather will break every broadcasting, streaming, and economic record set by Tyson in 2024. We are planning a robust promotional campaign complete with weekly premium storytelling and worldwide marketing reach. The event itself
Mm.
will be in a world-class venue and be presented to a global audience with new in-ring technology elements that will reshape how boxing is presented and scoring is achieved for years to come. Uh, Details regarding the number of rounds, weight, and more will be revealed at a later date. I feel like the one that the intriguing things I'm going to find intriguing is, one, how many rounds and how
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
but more importantly, the weight limit.
Yeah, that's how
Because
I was gonna ask that.
Tyson, when he boxed, he was a heavyweight, and Floyd, I don't.
Any like a featherweight?
Yeah, 'cause Floyd, little.
Yeah.
So
Tyson easily got 100 to 120 pounds on him.
yeah, let's see. I know Floyd fought at a few different weight classes.
Okay.
Let's see, he
I
fought
mean,
as a super featherweight, lightweight, light welterweight, light middleweight.
mm,
Floyd is 5'8". Uh,
how tall
yeah.
is Tyson?
Give me 1 second. Uh, Floyd is
I'd say
48 years
five
old.
ten.
Yeah, Floyd is 48 years old, 5'8", and 148 pounds. Mike Tyson is 59. Tyson is 5'10".
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Tyson,
I didn't think Tyson was that much taller than me myself, because I'm 5'10", 5'11". So I know I was like, he's not that much taller than me. Yeah, we're the same height. I'm not saying I could take Tyson. Oh no, I wouldn't say that. But we the same height.
See, Tyson has a 71-inch reach. I don't know why I just pulled this up with two screens open. And Floyd Mayweather, what is your reach, my guy? Oh, 72.
Okay.
I mean, Tyson's only 2 inches taller than Floyd. But
Yeah. I mean, it
it's
really
still
comes down to, are they really gonna fight, or is it gonna be like the Jake Paul fight?
right. Because, yeah,
Like,
the Jake Paul fight, that was a money grab.
yeah, which I'm not hating on you. Get your money. You got
Yeah.
everybody to tune in. You got Netflix to do it. You made $20 million off the bat. So I ain't even hating on you on that. Do your
Yeah.
thing. But are y'all really? Well, it is exhibition, so that's not
That
sanctioned to be
doesn't,
a real fight.
right.
Uh,
So but at the same time, with any athlete, like, as at some point, like, their natural instinct is going to kick in.
true.
Because I can't. Who was it? The Jake Paul Tyson fight? I can't remember, but I remember Jake Paul was fighting somebody. Was it Floyd or was it Logan Paul fought Floyd? Whichever Paul brother fought Floyd. Like, at one point, Floyd like knocked him out. He hit him with a punch and they slumped, but Floyd held them up, so the match
Mm,
didn't end early because it was like early on in the match. Because,
mm,
it's just like, at some like with boxing, with athletes in general, like, your natural instincts at some point is gonna kick in and it's gonna get real. But the problem is they
true.
all. I mean, Tyson was a power puncher. Floyd was a technician with blocks and counters. So
Yeah.
they both old. Floyd's 48. Tyson's 59. Floyd, I would say, is in much better shape than Tyson. So the longer it goes, the more in favor it will go to Floyd, in my opinion. But I'm no boxing expert, but yeah, I definitely will try to tune in some kind of way
Yeah,
to see
depending
this.
on what streaming service it's on, and if I got to pay extra money for it, it will determine if I watch it.
Yeah,
Either that, or I'll just watch it on TikTok when people put up clips.
yeah,
Honestly, but I'm not hating on them to get their money. Uh, do what you got to do to stay relevant, make your money. As long as you ain't hurting nobody or doing some shameful stuff, do what you got to do.
yes,
So all that kind of matters,
yeah.
because the economy is not getting better right now. So things is costing an arm and a leg, so, and a foot and an elbow. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I can understand. And they still athletes. They still want to do what they love. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
love boxing, you still want to do it, and you could do something that will enthusiastically get to your fans and give a spotlight on boxing to hopefully try to bring it back. Because I know a lot of people want boxing to come back to its heyday. Unfortunately, MMA is kind of taking that shine away from them. And all these other side sports like the slap league and the pillow
That shit
fighting
is
league.
that slap league shit is crazy. That shit's
That is
crazy.
wild. They is
What?
knocking these guys out. They is doing way too much. That seems so much more dangerous than boxing. Uh,
Oh, oh, oh. That's this. Okay. Yeah, I got another story. I didn't realize that was this weekend. Uh, so yeah.
okay,
So
but since Marcus,
it's gonna look like I'm not paying attention. I'll be looking down at my phone doing research, but I'm still listening. I'm
he's
still listening.
listening. So since Marcus is gonna be researching another story, we're gonna jump into the superhero story, first superhero story. Um, Yeah, we'll do this one. So, as you all know, there is a Robin's movie coming called Dynamic Duo, where you're going to have Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, Robins in a movie together. I'm pretty sure they're going to play their second alter ego, Nightwing and Red Hood. But it's supposed to be an animated movie which will include stop motion, claymation, and another form of animation. Um, we got some updates on it that they are rewriting the movie once again. So I guess the first draft they wrote didn't hold up, so they're rewriting it again. The same writers, I believe, they're not coming getting new writers, the same writers, but they're retooling the show, which is either good or bad. As you know, James Gunn said he is not greenlighting a movie until the script is done. So this kind of makes him look somewhat of a liar, but he also did the same thing with uh, Man of Tomorrow. He greenlit that, but there's no script done for that one. So he's possibly getting a little less strict on that. Even though most movies have rewrites and reshootings after they've already been greenlit and put in the can and said, we're making this. So that is interesting there. Um, I don't know if this is a bad situation for this. It does kind of look down on DC, the studio, seeing what they're going to do, how they're going to rebound, what they're doing now, since they're starting the whole universe over now, or kind of restarting their universe after the first Superman movie came out decent. It didn't get as high as I think they would like to, but I seen some articles say that they made more on James Gunn's Superman than they did Man of Steel, and I only think that's because Men of Steel cost more than James Gunn's movie. Yes, it made more, but it still cost more, and they did a lot of advertising for it. I don't think they did as much advertising for this Superman movie because Warner Brothers is kind of broke right now. So they were real strategic on how they advertised it. They advertised it not during the Super Bowl, but during the Puppy Bowl, which they own, so it was free advertising. So that's how they got around those budget constraints of their advertising budget, which they kind of don't have right now. So I can see, and that would make sense how the James Gunn Superman made more than Man of Steel. Um, I don't know if we can see the one-to-one numbers because they probably hiding that. But apparently, it's also doing really well on POV. Is it POV? That knows. It's not POV. That's a whole different thing. Don't look that up, kids.
Uh, Point of view. Point of view.
Point of
That's what POV
that is
means. Point of view.
there. I meant VOD. Okay, POVOD. So it's doing good since it's been released on digital where you can still buy it or rent it. Apparently, it's been doing numbers on there. So that's good for the movie too. That's another source of revenue bringing in for the movie. But with this new information with the dynamic duo having rewrites, does it put DC on a little bit of a shaky ground to see if their new reboot or restart of their universe is it not going so well? We have another story we're going to talk about one of their other movies that they're doing later on. But let me know, how do you guys feel about this? Does this scare you? Does this upset you that they're having rewrites, or is this something normal in Hollywood? Because I know they do a lot of reshoots on movies. What was it? I forgot what Star Wars movie they did a reshoot on, and those reshoots made that movie become $1 billion movie. So reshoots aren't always good, but they did do reshoots on Morbius too, and that wasn't great. So reshoots could be bad and it could be good. But I've never heard, oh well, they're doing that right now in Doomsday. They're rewriting that as they go. So we'll see how that turns out too. But yeah, I honestly was very excited when they announced this movie, and the way they're doing it really got me very intrigued with it being animated with claymation, stop motion, and a different kind of animation. It really should push the threshold of animated movies, and I think we do need another bump since Into the Spider Verse was the first bump of animation. When that movie came out, it set the world on blaze to what animation could do again, and it got people thinking and being more creative with it. Hopefully, that can happen with this dynamic duo movie, but only time will tell if that is what happens with it. Marcus, you do know there's like four different Robins. Batman's had multiple Robins throughout the years. Yeah. So like
I just
he's had so let's I'm gonna run down if I can remember them. I might forget one or two. So of course there's the first Robin, Dick Grayson. He becomes his own hero in his own right, name of Nightwing. Then there's Jason Todd. He becomes his own uh, superhero in his own right, called Red Hood. Then you have um, who is it? Not Dick Grayson. Batman's son becomes a Robin at one point in time, but I'm blanking on his name. Oh, what is that kid's name? I know people are in the comments like, his name is this. Uh, I have to look it up now. Tim Drake, but that's not the one I was on. Damian Wayans is Batman's son, who was Robin at one point in time. Then there's Tim Drake. Who does Tim Drake become? I think Tim Drake becomes what Robin does he become? I know he becomes his own superhero too. I think it's Red Robin or something like that. I think he becomes
your blood, huh?
yeah. And then there's Stephanie Brown is a Robin. Uh Duke Thomas becomes a Robin. Then there's a he doesn't become a does he become a Robin? So there's the Batman Beyond, uh Matt McGinnis is Terry McGinnis's brother. They say he became a Robin for a little bit, but yeah, it's there's a lot of different Robins. They even have a Robin comic book with all the Robins kind of team up and become heroes on their own as together as a team. So there's a long history of Robins. But I think it's a really cool idea to have their own movie. And I think there should be a Robin team up movie too down the line. Um, we'll see what that happens. James Gunn hasn't introduced his Batman because there is a Matt Reeves Batman that's in the DC. That's the Twilight Boy. What's his name? Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Twilight
James
Boy.
Gunn. Yeah, I forget. That's what he's most memorable for me is
Yeah,
the Twilight
yeah,
movies.
yeah, yeah.
But he also James Gunn hasn't said he's gonna be his Batman in his universe per se, but he's leaving it open for Robert Pattinson to become into the DC studio universe. But right now they're in their own universe. We'll see. But I think he's not because Creature Commandos James Gunn did. He had a Batman in that. You only seen a silhouette of that Batman, but he had a Batman and it didn't look like Robert Pattinson. So I don't know. We're still waiting to see what happens. But I'll have another story later on that kind of gives us a little more insight on that as well. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Are you worried about the Dynamic Duo movie since it's doing a rewrite? Are you excited for that movie? Or do you think they're just need to figure out what they're doing and really get to it for DC because we all want DC to be successful. They have a lot of great characters that we love and adore. We want to see them on the big screen and the small screen, but it's only time will tell if they are able to be successful with James Gunn at the lead right now. So we'll have to see. But let us know in the comments about that.
All right. So while I was doing my last story, I remembered there's another story there's a big boxing match that's happening actually this weekend.
Oh
You
yeah.
got Canelo fighting Terrence Crawford. This is it's a big fight. It has been dubbed as the fight of the century. Well, no, it is what is expected to be fight of century. But let's see, they're fighting for the unified ununified super middleweight title. The fight will be this Saturday in Las Vegas at the Raider Stadium, and the fight will be on Netflix. Uh, Canelo has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, with 39 of those victories by knockout. He holds the WBC, WBA, WBO, and the IBF titles in the super middleweight division, where Terrence Crawford is going up 2 weight classes for this fight.
Mm.
Crawford is currently is undefeated with 49 wins and 39 knockouts. Uh, yeah, the, uh, like I said, it's this Saturday. The time is 9 p.m. Eastern on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Okay.
Yep. Let's see, the coverage is starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Fans can subscribe for Netflix for $8 to watch the event. And yeah, that's what's happening in boxing this weekend. I had thought about it, so that was just a quick spiel about that.
I did see something saying I don't know if it was fake or not. One of the fighters had shoulder surgery and it's been acting up while he's been sparring right now. So he might be going into the fight a little injured or something. I could be wrong. I did see something about that.
Yeah. Let's see. What do I? Let's talk about. Well, since you brought this up earlier, I'm gonna talk about it. So Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers and owner Steve Ballmer are accused of of cheating this NBA salary cap by paying
Mm.
28 million to Kawhi Leonard for a no-show job. Aspirations received funding from Ballmer and later partnered with the Clippers. The NBA has launched an investigation following the report. Clippers deny wrongdoing, stating they ended the relationship with Aspirations and were unaware of any improper activity. Aspiration filed for bankruptcy and is under federal investigation for fraud. The NBA can penalize teams for violation with fines, draft picks forfeited, contracts voiding, and suspensions. Uh, the past NBA penalties, including the Minnesota Timberwolves losing draft picks and been fined for an illegal agreement with Joe Smith. The Clippers have been fined for tampering violations and investigated for improper requests during Leonard's free agency, but a lawsuit alleging payment for Leonard's acquisition was dismissed. It said Kawhi signed a 3-year extension in January of 2024. The Clippers are facing a 2024 lawsuit from a former coach alleging wrongful termination after he raised concerns about Kawhi Leonard's health management.
Wow.
So yeah, so allegedly they're saying that the owner of the Clippers finagled to pay Kawhi 28 millions for a no-show job. That way, it's kept off the salary off the books for the salary cap, which will in turn the Clippers will have more money to spend on other players. So apparently, this all came up because a journalist looked into something and figured it out. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the NBA handles this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if it's true, I mean, you gotta give them at least what the NBA did to the Timberwolves. Granted, when that happened, David Stern was the commissioner, and David Stern is a way, bless you, way more stricter
Thank you.
than Adam Silver. Although Adam
Okay.
Silver came up under David Stern because he was his protege,
Mm-hmm.
but like Adam Silver is a more player friendly commissioner, or David Stern. He didn't care. He was like, you go do this shit my way. You remember, David Stern implemented the dress code back in the day. He did not give a
Oh
fuck.
yeah.
This is my league. You doing shit this way. So
Mm. Yeah, they took what? How many draft picks did they take from Minnesota?
uh,
I want to say I think I heard 4 or 5.
well,
First round too.
yeah. Like I said, David Stern did
Mm.
not fuck around.
So here's the thing. Apparently, this is not like the first time this has happened or something like this. Apparently, teams have been doing things like this for a while. I think this is one of the few times it's gotten out publicly. And I know that looks bad on the NBA. I know that's something they want to nip in the bud and like not have this be a public thing going forward. Um, but these are billionaires making millionaire deals all the time. These people, I know somebody said something, or I heard something like the CEO was like, "Oh, I didn't know what they were doing with the money or where my money was going." It's like you a billionaire, you know exactly where your money's going. You know every cent of your money. No, there's no way you don't know. Like you know where your money is.
No, I honestly believe like them, them billionaires don't know where every cent. No, I don't know. I do not believe that at all. I
You don't
never.
become a billionaire and not know where every cent is going.
Yes, you
It's
do
just
because
so
they
hard.
do they do investments or they have liquidations or they have money everywhere. I don't think they know where every cent. Because what is it like Elon Musk? Like technically, he doesn't. He's a billionaire, but technically, he doesn't have the physical
Oh yeah,
money.
he
It's
knows he's
all
not a physical billionaire. He's
it's
a
all in them.
liquidated billionaire.
Right, liquidated and
He
investments and
knows
all
that.
this. Like I
I think
honestly,
somebody just beat him as the richest man too. I think somebody's become richer than him. I think I seen something like that. So
yeah, but
yeah,
I honestly believe billionaires don't know where every cent is. That's for poor
ah,
people. That's for people like us, poor people well, poor people or middle class people who's responsible know where every cent is. Like billionaires, like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, they, like, you got to think these people they have accountants, they have people who count their money for them. Like, so honestly, no, I do not believe he knows where every cent is because you hear
mm,
stories of athletes or millionaires get money stolen from them, and they don't even know until like years later, or some
but
paperwork
that them is
happens come
different.
across.
Them is that's
That's not
different. Those are
that's not
dudes
different.
only reason I say that's different between billionaires that made their money through brick and mortar stocks, stuff like that, different than athletes. Because the athletes, you made your money off of just sports. So when you got your money, you got a whole bunch of money at one point, at one moment, and you didn't have a financial plan or financial smarts to how to deal with that money. These billionaires, they got their money over time. They learned how to make money, and then make money on top of that money. So at that point, you learn financial security, you learn financial responsibility with that money and how to move that money. Athletes are just trying to figure it out on the fly. They just got thrown all this money and they're like, oh, what can I do? Oh, this guy wants to do this. Oh, this people want to do this. They say if I move my money over here, it'll make money. They haven't gone through the trials and errors of businessmen that make $1 billion and understand like this money going it's not gonna make money, but it's gonna make a little bit of money. They
You think
understand that.
every businessman is not a successful businessman? Like they go through
True.
trials. They go through trials and errors themselves. You look at the so-called the guy that's in the White House. He's not a successful businessman. He
He
has
is not.
multiple failed business. But
Yes.
but
Yes.
again, no, I honestly, I I threw athletes in there because that was just an example. But like I guarantee you, these billionaires does not know where every cent come from. They can't even tell you what shit costs because they don't have to physically go buy it. And just like, oh, whatever. Like I said,
Okay,
they
but
have people.
there's a
They they
difference.
they they have people that count their money for them. They just have to keep somewhat an eye on it. They don't know where every cent is.
I get
I
that,
guarantee. I
but there's a
guarantee it.
difference between a carton of milk and some eggs and where my $50 million is. There's a big difference in that. There's
You're
a
like, hey,
big difference.
I got the money for that, right? Did somebody tell them, yeah, you got the money? Okay, let me buy that. I'm
That's
telling you, they do not know what it is. Like, I want, you know what? I want to wake up. I want to buy a football team or a basketball team, a sports team. Like, I should have it. Let me make some phone calls and see. Blah blah
maybe,
blah.
maybe.
They gotta call multiple people to find out. Like, hey, I want to buy this. Can I make this happen? And like, again, I'm not a billionaire. I don't know, but I imagine like they call a few people like, "Hey, I wanted to buy this. Let's make this happen." I'm like, "All right, well, let's see. I get back to you because you got to do this, that, and other." They not just going putting up like, "Hey, let me get 1.3 billion at the bank," or go to the bank like, "I need 1.3 billion because I want to buy this sports team." It's not how that works. There's investment groups and all that other ish that we know nothing about because we don't have that kind of money.
Possibly. Let us know in the comments. What side are you on, guys? What do
Not
you think?
possibly. That's exactly how it goes. They're not just
Let
buying
us know.
sports teams like we just go into the store and buy shoes and clothes. That's not how that works. There's too much
I'm not
money.
saying they do that. I'm not saying they do that. I'm just saying they do know where that money is. Like that amount of money, they know where that is. That's all I'm
But
saying.
like you
He made
said,
it seem like he was so just unknown of what was going on, and like that's not the case. That's like let's not act like you don't know what's going on. Let's not do
I,
that.
I, yeah,
So
that's perfect. But I was just saying they don't know everyone. It's like you said,
okay.
they money makes money. So they go to sleep, they worth this XYZ amount. They wake up, they now worth this and that. Because like you said, they money makes money. They don't know where
True.
every little shit comes from. But to
Let
answer
us
your
know in the
question, right?
comments,
To
guys.
answer your question before we move on, Timberwolves was fined 3.5 million and forfeited their first round draft picks for 5 years. And then
Ooh.
Joe Smith's contract was voided. Uh, Smith newly signed contract voided. His previous two were as well. So he couldn't retain his bird rights with Timberwolves, which bird rights is, if I remember correctly, that's when you're already signed to a team and okay. Bird rights is a player can obtain bird rights by playing under 3 1-year contracts a single contract of at least 3 years on any combination. Therefore, it also means that when a player is traded, his bird rights are traded. Oh, that didn't really explain it. Uh, birds if they. Oh, okay. What? That. Never mind. It really did. A player who qualifies for bird exceptions refer to a quality. Yep. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
did explain it.
we don't know what that is, but since we don't know what it is, we'll move to the next story. Uh, we got set photos from Clayface. Yes, you didn't know they're shooting a Clayface movie for the DC. They're doing the Sony thing where they have their heroes villains rogue gallery have movies. So Clayface is a Batman villain. There's been multiple Clayfaces. There have been different reasons why he become Clayfaces. In this one, it is Matt. I think Matt Hodgins. Matt Hodgins. I forgot where it was listed somewhere. Matt Hagen. So Matt Hagen is an actor, and he becomes Clayface because I believe, I could be wrong about this 100% because I don't remember. Uh, he gets either his face gets messed up, or in one of these set photos it says he died, but something happens to him so where he can't be an actor. He gets this, at least in the comic, in the animated series, he gets this injection of this stuff that's supposed to help him mold his face, and he becomes Clayface. So we got set photos of this. This is supposed to be like a $40 million movie, so it's not a big budget movie; it's a small budget movie. It's one of the things that James Gunn said he wanted to do. He wanted to do a big budget movie and a low budget movie within the same universe, giving you different ranges, which is not a bad concept because with a lower budget, you have to become more creative, have better ideas to really show that story, and you're not relying on special effects. You're relying on being able to tell a good story, being able to be creative in that story, and being able to really flush out that story and those characters and give you a deeper, richer story because of that. You're not banking on the special effects to really carry that movie, which I don't think that's not a bad idea. I think that's a great idea to do, and it might give your universe a different feel to it. But the set photos, like we said, we see the actor, I forgot his name, who is playing Clayface, but we see him on set with bandages and stuff on his face. He's kind of bloody, and you can see his face is not droopy, but it's banged up. He just looking horrible. So that really sets the stage for him having to become Clayface because he needs to fix his face. So that's really intriguing to see. They also showed um, a couple like locations. One was like it looks like a red carpet thing, which it clearly had to be one of his movies on the red carpet, him talking. I don't know if something happens there or that's like the heyday of his acting career, and then he starts to lose gigs and stuff like that, which would be a great way to tell the story. But they also show a couple of Gotham's police cars, and somebody showed kind of side by side how they're different from the Batman's police cars. So that lets you know that this might not even be in um, the Robert Pattinson Batman universe or Matt Reeves universe. This might be in James Gunn's DC universe just because of the different looking logos for the police, Gotham police. And I think there was another like a bus or Gotham PD and Gotham City, different emblems. So that is raising kind of red flags if there's going to be two different Batmans in these universes, which people are really on the fence on because that's one of the things DC used to do where they had multiple different kind of Batmans. They had a TV Batman, a movie Batman, and then they had a different movie Batman. They had a different movie Flash, a different TV Flash, and people were like, "This is making it too convoluted. Stick with do Marvel. Marvel has one Iron Man, and he's Iron Man between the movies and the TV. You have one Spider Man. He's Spider Man, except for Spider Man into the Spider Verse, but he's Spider Man in the movies and the TV. Daredevil. Uh, who else? Ironheart, Black Panther, Captain America. They're all the same person with throughout the whole universe, movie and TV. So that's one of the things people wanted DC to do: make that one cohesive universe. Don't switch it out. And James Gunn kind of said he was going to do that because he's doing that with Creature Commandos. The voice cast for Creature Commandos are supposed to be playing the live action. If they do a live action, well, we've seen that Rick Flag Senior, the voice actor for that, is playing Rick Flag Senior in Superman. So he's doing what he's saying there. But with the Batman, it's kind of up in the air what he's doing. And then there was also a set photo of a nightclub. And the name of the nightclub, hold on, I gotta look it up. I had it a second ago. It's Club Vesuvius. And that is something that people kind of really gravitated to because Club Vesuvius in the comics is where Satana performs. And people know Satana is a magical hero. She was in talks of having her own movie, and they had a director supposed to be doing her own movie. I think we might have reported on that ourselves, but that movie kind of disappeared. But what you're seeing these set photos of this nightclub where she works at, people are wondering, is she going to be in this movie? Also, with that, the same nightclub, the villain, what's his name? There's a villain. It's what is it called when puppets ventriloquists? There's a villain called ventriloquist that Batman has that has this puppet. What is this? I think it's Scarface. I'm pretty sure that's the ventriloquist. He's been known to work at that club too. So people are now wondering, are they in this movie as well? If they are having a Clayface, Santana, and ventriloquist, I can't say that word, in this movie, that's going to be very interesting. That's going to be something that makes people really go see this Clayface movie to see what they're doing with these Batman rogue villains and somewhat heroes in this. Because Zatanna is somewhat of a hero. Her dad is more of a more villain, but she is more of just a straight hero. So this is making people really more interested in this movie. That's definitely making me more interested in the movie to see what they do with that. But on top of that, it looks good. Side note, I didn't realize this, but Matt Reeves is a producer on this movie too, being that he is the director of the Batman movie and going to be the director of the Batman movie too. Him being a producer on this movie kind of makes you wonder what's going on. Is this them about to merge the universes or what's going to happen? I know people are wondering if they're going to merge the universes. That is one of the biggest questions of the DCU right now. What are we doing with Matt Reeves Batman and James Gunn Superman? Are we going to merge them? Are they all going to be in the same universe? That is one of the biggest questions, 100%. But yeah, have you guys seen the set photos? What do you think of them? Does this make you more excited for the Clayface movies? Let us know down below. But yeah, honestly, this makes me excited. I'm interested in this Clayface movie more than I thought I would be now. Honestly, I wasn't really interested in it at first, but now with this, with these new tidbits and these set photos, you're piquing my interest. You're making me wonder what you guys are doing, and that is 100% what you need to do. Just like the Spider-Man movie did with their set photos, those set photos killed it. I was already going to see Spider-Man, but now with these set photos, I'm super excited. Hopefully, this is doing the same thing for Clayface and getting people on their radar and excited for that movie. But let us know in the comments, how do you feel about it? Have you seen it? Or are you more excited for this Clayface movie when it comes out, which is in 2026? It's coming out in 2026, so they're shooting stuff now. So we'll see.
So, going to enter my segment with some NFL stuff.
Oh boy.
So, in the Sunday night game, which was a really good one, it was Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, we talked about this topic multiple times, and people still don't listen. Be a fan. Stop trying to be a part of the game. Be a fan.
Oh yeah.
So in the third quarter, Lamar Jackson do DeAndre Hopkins a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins called it with one hand. It was a great catch.
Really
Called
great
it
catch.
touchdown. They're celebrating in the back of the end zone. A fan smacks DeAndre Hopkins' helmet. Then he smacked Lamar Jackson's helmet. Um, and then after the fan slapped Lamar Jackson's helmet, he gave the fan a two-hand push, shove.
Mm.
Lamar went on and said, he slapped me and he was talking shit. So I just forgot where I was a little bit. You have to think in those situations, you have security out there. Let security handle it. I just let my emotions get the best of me. I did. Lamar also apologized. He's like, he said sorry, but he's like, hey, chill. You gotta chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the the fan has been indefinitely banned from all Bills games. It was a Buffalo Bills fan, on a red Buffalo Bills jersey. Has been banned from Bills games and NFL stadiums. So
Oh, all
NFL
stadiums?
NFL wasn't messing around. All right, we're not
Oh.
tolerating this shit. So Freddie is up out of there. So I hope you enjoyed that
Mm.
last game. You had good seats. Probably paid a
Yeah,
lot of
good
money for
seats.
it. But yeah, it's a route for that fan. He has been banned. So
Mm.
moving on, the NFL is finding Eagles defensive defensive tackle Jalen Carter 500. Oh no, not 500. $57,222 for spending on Dak Prescott in Thursday night's game. The
Yeah.
league also the game he was the game he was ejected for will serve as a one-game suspension. Because it happened early in the game, and he got kicked out. So the
Yeah.
NFL is saying that's his one-game suspension. The game got kicked out of. Uh, Carter will play this Sunday versus the Chiefs. After talking to the Eagles, the NFL and the NFLPA, Jalen has decided not to appeal and focus on the Chiefs game this Sunday. Um, I know you and probably the people who's listening, like, why are the NFL is finding him $57,222 or like dollars? That's like a odd number.
Yeah, it is an
Apparently,
odd number.
that's what he makes per week. So they just find him a game check.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you make
So
52,000 a week.
yeah.
Damn. When you put it
Moving
in that
on.
perspective, it hurts. You like, God damn.
Right. That's a expensive ass spit.
It
57,220. Was it worth it?
was not worth it because I don't
No, no.
understand it.
No, it's definitely not
I
working.
don't understand it.
57,000 for spitting. Dude,
I
horrible
don't
emotions.
understand it. The man did not spit on you. He spit at the ground. And even like you got to do better, my guy. Like this is the first game, and you
Right.
are the one of their best defensive players, and you took yourself out the game before it even started on some petty stuff that really wasn't an issue that you made an issue. Like
Yeah. Sure work for it.
Jesus.
57,000, So He'll be all right. I don't feel bad for him. He'll be all right.
I don't feel bad for him, but you let your team down. I mean, if your team would have lost that game, you should have. You probably would feel a lot worse than he does.
They
But
almost did, and probably should have lost, but CeeDee Lamb dropped two balls.
yeah, yeah,
So, yep.
yeah, they got
Moving
lucky.
moving on, the 49ers are placing tight end George Kittle on the injured reserve list, meaning he will now miss at least the next 4 games. Kittle's injured his hamstring during Sunday's win over Seattle and will miss the games versus at New Orleans, versus Atlanta, versus Jacksonville, and the Rams. So
Mm,
that hurts San Francisco.
yeah.
And Travis Hunter, in his NFL debut, had 8 targets for 6 catches for 33 yards. He also played 6 snaps on defense. He's the only player over the last 20 seasons to have 5+ receptions and 5+ defensive snaps in the game. So,
Okay.
shout out to Travis Hunter.
So they actually letting him play both sides. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Very limited on the defensive end, but he played some snaps. Now I don't really want to talk about this part, but whatever.
I understand.
This is what I was going to curse about at the beginning of the show. I believe all this shit is going out of proportion, but what the fuck ever. I've also been told I am. Remember the Dave Chappelle skit, "Player Haters Ball"?
Uh huh.
I told I am belong in that skit, and I 100% agree. I am on the players hater ball when it comes to the Packers. So Micah Parsons had 29. He played 29 snaps, had 1 sack, and 3 quarterback pressures. And then everybody, national, NFL, oh, Micah Parsons had a phenomenal game. I like the nigga only had 1 sack. He had 3 pressures, whatever. And he's fine, but Jared Goff is really slow. He can't move. But yeah, he did get double teamed. Like I don't watch Packer games, but I was with some friends out, and one of my friends I was out with is a Detroit Lions fan. So I was out with him to show him support amongst the Packers fans. And yeah, it was disgusting. All them being around all them damn Packers fans. It's horrible. And then this guy starts talking crap to me because the Bears and the Lions played this Sunday, and the Bears shit the bed Monday. They had to lead the whole damn game. Caleb Williams, like he's scared to throw the ball downfield, kept doing chuck downs. And I think the defense just got tired in the fourth quarter and gave up 3 touchdowns. And Minnesota came back and won that game. So
Mm.
NFL is just something for me to watch until basketball season starts. I can't wait. Even though the Bulls is going to be ass as well. The Bulls is going to be ass. At least I got basketball to watch. I'm a basketball
So
fan first.
I know you hate to talk about this, but as a fan, do you think they let off the gas after having that lead, and that's why
The
the
Bears,
Bears? Yeah.
like, there was a few plays. It was like, my guy, you got a guy. He had a tight end open downfield in the middle of the field, and he didn't throw the ball. Like, he threw a chuck down.
Okay.
I no, I mean, if I'm being not a realist, I can blame it. I mean, granted, there was one drive on Minnesota, one possession where they called a holding play on the uh, defense, or no, offensive lineman for the Bears. It wasn't a hold, but he slipped. And then they called a pass interference play where the offensive player for the wide receiver from Minnesota slipped, but then they called a pass interference, it wasn't. And then Minnesota went down and scored a touchdown. But besides the point, the Bears offense stalled. They had I think 3 and outs to get the ball moving. And like I said, I just think the defense got tired because they was out on the field quite often
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter, and it didn't help They didn't have their best cornerback. Jalen Johnson was out, and Gordon was out as well. But still, there's no excuse. They had led the game. They was leading the whole game, and then they collapsed in the fourth. Kind of like what Baltimore did on Sunday with Buffalo. It was winning,
Yeah.
and then they collapsed. But as I was watching the game, I was like, this game is reminding me of their playoff game last year.
Yeah.
It's that same thing. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is running all over the place. Derrick Henry is making grown men look like small children with those stiff arms and how he's outrunning them. And then Josh Allen, man, like
They just gave that man too much time.
man, gave too much time, and
They wasn't pressuring him.
what I want to say he threw for like 250 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I want to say
Yeah.
like that's more than
Yeah.
that was just a fourth. That's more than what quarterbacks threw for a whole game this past Sunday. It was an exciting game to watch,
It was
but
exciting to watch, but
but
disappointing
yeah,
as a Ravens
Baltimore
fan. I know
yeah
you gotta
Baltimore
be
collapsed.
disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 minutes left, and you got a leak like that, and they collapse. So
You got a 15-point lead and you lose by one in regular time. You didn't even go to overtime and lose. You lost in regular time, and
yeah.
all because you stopped doing what got you there. Like you were passing the ball, great, and you stopped passing the ball. Like,
Well,
yes, you had that one fumble that hurt you. That
oh,
hurt
that
you.
definitely. Oh, that definitely helped. It hurt because one, you don't expect Derrick Henry to fumble the ball, and
You
then
really
when he
don't.
fumbled, yeah, that hurt a lot. But
That hurt
but
you, but you
because
still was
like
in the game at that time.
because when you're up by that much and with that amount of time, you run the ball because you want to keep the clock running. So
Yep.
and then also you have Derrick Henry in the backfield. So I understood why he was running. And then you got Lamar Jackson back there too, who can also run and get you quite a bit of yards. So I get it, but because you want that clock running, it's 4 minutes. You want the clock to run. Like I think
Yeah.
you got this in the. Also, I saw it was a Baltimore Ravens fans who put 200,000 on the game for Baltimore to win.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, he was sick. He was sick. I will say, fans again should be respectful. I mean, the video I saw, it was he had his face in his palms, and then they were pouring drinks on him and everything, which is really uncalled for. But
Yeah.
yeah, 200,000 on a boy. You know what,
That's
man?
yeah.
He should have, man. So that's why you don't gamble. And so I mean,
Yeah.
going back to our previous conversation of sports with billionaires, they do gamble. That's how you don't become a billionaire without gambling. Not betting on sports, but
But
gambling on
say
investment in business.
good gambles, not
Yeah,
bad gambles. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Understandable. Yeah.
let's
So NFL is back though. It's time to watch football for all the football fans. Me and my
yeah.
son was watching games, so we had fun.
Come on, Bears! I
Uh,
need them to beat Detroit,
Decent.
and let's go Commanders. They play the
Yeah,
Packers tomorrow night.
the Commanders are doing good. I want to see them go far this season. I have no allegiance to any team. I like players. My team used to be the Raiders, and I let that go. So I have no
Also,
allegiance to any teams.
also,
I just want to see great plays.
I got to throw this out there. Tomorrow night, Thursday night football officially start. No, not officially start. Started last week, but Thursday night football tomorrow night. Washington Commanders versus the Green Bay Packers, and that will be on Prime.
Yep.
Oh, oh, wait.
Yeah, it should
What's
be on
that?
Prime.
Yeah, Prime. Oh, okay. That has an asterisk here. Yeah, it'll be on Prime. That game
Yeah.
starts at 7:15.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a
All
Packers
right.
hater. Let's go Commanders.
I has two black quarterbacks, so I'm rooting for good plays. That's what I want to see. And I want to see what Michael Parkins does since I give it to him. Him not being in training camp and coming on the field and playing for somebody that hasn't played for a while, he did good, even with all his back issues. So he did. I think they said something about him talking about, yeah, I told Jerry I need this money or I need this much, and we tried to make the deal, and Jerry was like, I'm not gonna give you that money. So he's coming out talking about his side of the story, and it's kind of deviated from what Jerry's been saying. So
And of
we'll
course,
probably get more information on that eventually.
one second, since you mentioned the quarterbacks, there was 16 black quarterbacks that started in week one.
Oh,
That beat
nice,
the
nice.
record from last season, which last season was 15. So
Okay,
there you
okay.
go.
Nice, very nice. So let's get into Peacemaker episode 3. We're gonna make this quick because we try to keep these under an hour. We've been talking a little bit, but we're gonna make this quick. Episode 3 is another Rick up my sleeve. Quick synopsis of the episode. This episode, Peacemaker finally talks to Hardcore in. We're gonna call it Earth 2. We're gonna talk Earth 2 in his Earth Prime. He talks to Hardcore in Earth 2. He meets up with her, has a conversation with her. Hardcore in this Earth 2 is completely different than she is in Prime Earth. She's more she still works at the I forgot the name of that place they work at. Um what's the name of Argus? She still works at Argus, but she's more in the office of Argus. She's not in the field and doing that kind of stuff, being a badass. She's more of a office person, not a badass. But we also see who her jarhead boyfriend is, and a lot of people guessed it and made the rumor. It is Rick Flag, and he is an office guy too. He's not like the Rick Flag we know, the Army Rick Flag and all that. He's in the office, and he's kind of a not a wimp, but he's kind of a bumbling idiot, kind of thing. But our prime peacemaker gets to talk to Hardcore, and he's like, "Hey, I've changed. I know I used to do this," and they're trying to rekindle their relationship. And she's like, "You have changed, but I want you to make sure this is what you want. So think on it." As they're talking in a park, these Sons of Liberty run by them, and one falls down and it explodes because they have explosions. They have this liquid explosion stuff. I forgot the name they called it. I should have remembered it. But one guy explodes while the other guys go into this office building, and they're planning on blowing this office building. Peacemaker jumps into action, but it's really weird because Hardcore and the police officers are like, "What are you doing? You don't have your suit." And we know Peacemaker's suit does help him, but it's mostly just his helmet. But in this Peacemaker Earth 2 Peacemaker has a jetpack, and his suit might have extra stuff, and his helmet does too. So that was a little weird. I did clock that, but I clocked it even more after he finished doing whatever he was doing. The action scene with Peacemaker taking out these Sons of Liberty guys, it was pretty good. It was decent. It was a decent actually. Not as good as Eagles, but it was decent. And you see how Earth Prime Peacemaker is better than Earth 2 Peacemaker because he grew up fighting. He fought his brother through his whole life. I don't think Earth 2 did that with his brother. So that's how they differ. And that's why it seems like more logical for him to be able to beat him. Like he killed the Earth 2 Peacemaker. But Peacemaker kills all the bad guys, or Sons of Liberty, and saves the day. But his brother comes in, which is Captain Triumphant. I didn't know his name was that, but that's his name. He comes in and destroys this helicopter that the Sons of Liberty were going to escape to, but he didn't do it in like a superhero way. He just kind of did it and didn't think about the consequences of blowing it up because it was in the air. So that makes me think that they're not graceful superheroes are really good superheroes. They're just guys that got the job done no matter what happened to the people around them. So that lets me know they're not the protective kind of superheroes. They're the gung ho, we get the job done no matter how many people we kill in the process superheroes. So that might come back later in the story. Um, Back in Prime Earth, Argus finds out that uh, Peacemaker has the door, but they got beat up by Eagly. But now they're like, we didn't know he had that eagle. Now we're gonna come with all our forces to come take the door over, the dimensional rift door he has in his dad's house. They bring Michael Rooker back as an eagle hunter. I don't like this. I really don't like that. I know Michael Rooker works with James Gunn a lot, but we already technically had Michael Rooker in DC. He was this not a bullseye guy, but some guy that he's like bullseye where he hits targets. That guy already died in the Suicide Squad, so I don't like bringing that back, but it is what it is. And the jokes with that Eagle guy wasn't really funny, but jokes with Economist where he was like, "I'm not going to be a part of this," and they were like, "You're fired," and he was like, "All right, I'm in." That was hilarious. Um, but they are gearing up to go take Peacemaker's house over and stop and grab the portal, and they bring back Judo Man. Judo Man is back. He was in season one. He's come back for this, so he's on the team now, and he's talking to Economist. He had this back and forth with Economist. Hilarious, funny. I can't wait to see more of that. But back into Earth 2, where Peacemaker is, he beats the bad guys, and hardcore seems to be their relationship seems to be thriving, and Peacemaker is dealing with that world. He's trying to not make too many bumps in that world. There's a scene where he figures out that he has a peace cycle from his brother. He it was kind of smart, and John Cena is doing an amazing job as Peacemaker. He has these subtle looks, these subtle ways of doing stuff that really make you like him as Peacemaker in this world and in this show, and he is becoming a really better actor. I don't know if this Peacemaker role was really just fits him and he's really working into his max ability, but he's doing a really good job, and it's making me go, John Cena isn't that bad of an actor anymore. He has it. He understands his comedy, but he also is getting these subtle hints of empathy in some scenes, and he's playing Peacemaker not just for laughs, but he has nuance in him. It's really, really good. He figured out about his peace cycle because he asked his brother. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a pop quiz to see how well you know me. How would I do this, or where would I go get hardcore? What address would I put in?" And he tricks him in a way to figure out information he needs to find out. But his brother is starting to kind of understand he's being a little weird. So that's going to be interesting later. There's the of course, James Gunn put his crude sense of humor in it because Peacemaker's riding his peace cycle, and a kid sees him and he's like, "Peacemaker, I love you." And the kid gets weird, but then a lady sees him and says, "Peacemaker, I love you," and shows off her boobs. So you have a kid in the car and a kid and a woman in another car showing her boobs off. It was a little weird, but that's James Gunn. He does that. If you don't like James Gunn, he's kind of crude at times, but he writes really good. The story so far for this Peacemaker is really good. Oh, I forgot about this part. This is one of the best parts in this show. He has a flashback of Hardcore Prime with Rick Flag Jr. Prime. Apparently, they were sleeping with each other in the Prime Priest world, in the Prime Earth. They were together. Rick Flag even talks about him sleeping with the witch in the first Suicide Squad movie to kind of keep her contained, to keep her from going crazy. He was sleeping with her just to keep her at bay and keep her controlled. And he talked to Hardcore, but he's like, I'm not doing this I'm only doing this because it's work. What I have with you, though, I think this can really be something. And he has to be showing us that scene to see that's why I'm pretty sure that's why Hardcore is so conflicted in Prime Earth to be with Peacemaker in Prime Earth. That's why she's conflicted, because she knows Peacemaker killed. I'm pretty sure she knows Peacemaker killed Rick Flag. If she doesn't know that, there's no reason for us. There's no reason to have that scene, and there's no reason for her to not want to get attached to him. Besides, maybe maybe that could be, but I think that's why. And I think that's great writing to have that in there. It's really good. It's really interesting. And it really just sets these characters up in a whole nother dynamic. And I'm really interested to see what happened with these characters. Was this episode as good as the second episode? To me, this was an 8 out of 10. It wasn't a banger episode. It was good and it laid some good groundwork for some character development along the way that I'm really interested to see how it develops. But I don't think this was a great episode. Maybe 8.5, 8.5 episode for me. But yeah, that's a quick review of Peacemaker season episode 3. Um, After this, I'm gonna go watch episode 4 because it should be out, and we'll talk about that next week. But let me know how you guys feel about this episode. What were you interested in? The highlight of this episode is Peacemaker going through the Sons of Liberty. Oh, side note, I didn't notice this. Somebody said this. I was watching somebody else's kind of review of the show or what they thought about the show. They said that they didn't notice any non-white people in Earth 2. And I had to go back and watch the episode, and I did not see any non-white people in Earth 2 at all. At all. So I'm starting to wonder, is Earth 2, we know Peacemaker's dad is racist, but he's also very smart. Did he do something to wipe out all the non-white people in that universe, or did he lock them up or something? Or is it just a weird coincidence there was no non-white people there? Go back and watch it. Let me know. What do you guys think of this theory that this world is a very like the KK1 and eliminated all non-white people, or did some kind of thing where they did something weird? But that's something to think about. But yeah, like I said, 8.5 out of 10 my rating for this episode. Let me know what you think. Hit us in the comments down below. But yeah, that is that review of Peacemaker episode 3.
All right,
Marcus, take us out.
before I close out, just one more thing right quick. Shout out to Mike Vick. He got his first win as head coach at Norfolk State. They beat
Congrats.
They beat Virginia Tech. Virginia State, my bad. My apologies. Virginia State 34-31 at overtime. Shout out to Mike Vick. So yeah, that's our show, people. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Share our video to your friends, family, social media. You know, get it out. We have a voicemail. It's in the link in the description below. Leave us a voicemail. Ask us a question. Just don't be weird about it. You might hear yourself on the podcast. Be polite. Be polite. Be polite. Let's see.
Side note, hopefully the audio is good. I did have different earbuds last podcast, so that messed up the audio most likely. Let us know in the comments how the audio is. Appreciate the feedback.
Let's see. Like, yeah, that's it, man. That's it. You got something else to add, Sammy?
No, that's it. Have a good weekend, people. Stay blessed.
Yeah. Go Bears. Go Bears.
All right. Peace.